Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our Concerts for a Cause here at Wallingford Presbyterian Church. My name is Lee Hagan-Carr. I'm the Director of Music here, and I also have the wonderful privilege of playing for you this afternoon with our special guest star, Elisa. So thank you all for coming out in the yucky weather and the busy season to enjoy some music together. We really appreciate it. Also, a big thank you to Francois and Cindy who helped us out with some logistics today for filming, and to Walt and to all of our WPC friends who helped make this concert series possible and continue to support both the causes and also the music. We really appreciate it. Just a quick reminder to turn off or silence your cell phones so we don't have any disruptions in the program. And also we are recording the concert, so if you know somebody who wanted to be here but couldn't make it today, it will be posted on YouTube, as are all of our Concerts for a Cause, so you'll be able to watch and listen after the fact as well and enjoy it over and over again. So a little bit more about the wonderful musician you're going to be hearing today. Elisa Muzzillo is a performing flutist and flute instructor in the greater Philadelphia area, a graduate of the University of Colorado Boulder. She has a Master of Music degree in flute performance, and she studied with the renowned flautist Christina Jennings. She earned her Bachelor of Music degree in flute performance from Temple University, studying with Adeline Thomasone, a former principal flutist of the Opera Philadelphia. She's an active and versatile flutist in Philadelphia and performed with ensembles such as the Symphony in C Wayne Oratorio Society, Pennsylvania Philharmonic, Servant Stage Theater Company, and with the New Music Collective INA Ensemble. She's a recent prize winner of the 2022 Canadian American Flute Symposium Solo Artist Competition and the 2020 Young Artist Competition hosted by the Mid-Atlantic Flute Convention in Washington, D.C. And in 2017, she received a Lewis and Harold Price Foundation Fellowship to perform at the Aspen Music Festival, where she studied and performed with principal musicians from Houston, Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Seattle, LA, and Philadelphia Symphony Orchestras. She's performed with the Cheyenne Symphony Orchestra in Wyoming and Longmont Symphony Orchestra in Longmont, Colorado. She's a former fellow of the Texas Music Festival in Houston and alumna of the Pierre Monteau School in Hancock, Maine. She also had the privilege to perform in Music Academy International's Festival Orchestra and Opera Orchestra in Siena, Italy. She also teaches here at Wallingford Presbyterian Church, so if you're interested in flute lessons or know someone or a young budding musician who might benefit from her talent, you should definitely get in touch either with the church office or with Elisa. And we are so fortunate to have her be a part of our musical community here and to hear her play for us this afternoon. Please welcome Elisa.
for supporting Phil Abundance and also for supporting flute and piano chamber music today. I just wanted to say a bit about the next piece that we're going to play, Fond Me Eamon by Valerie Coleman. So Miss Coleman is a living composer. She's an American composer and she's based in New York City. And I've come to know of her because she's a flutist and she played in the woodwind quintet Imani Winds. And I've known this quintet growing up. I've heard their recordings. I've just known that they've been performing all around the country. But in the recent years, Coleman has just become a quite prolific composer. She's written several works for flute. She's written a lot of chamber music just for mixed wind instruments, and she's also written full orchestral works. And one work in particular was recently commissioned by the Philadelphia Orchestra called 7 O'Clock Shout. And that piece was written to commemorate the healthcare workers in New York City during COVID when the folks would cheer out their window at 7 p.m. to cheer on all those folks. So this piece, Fond Me Eamon, it's Haitian Creole for human family. And human family is the same name of a famous Maya Angelou poem in which the work was based on. So Miss Coleman, she wanted to draw in influences from music all around the world. So you'll hear influences of French, Asian, Middle Eastern, and African sounds that she blended in all into one piece that really brings the message of Maya Angelou's poem to life, with the main refrain of that poem being, "We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike." So, hope you enjoy Fond Me Eamon by Valerie Coleman.
much. How about another round of applause for Elisa? So while we're giving Elisa a little bit of a break before we go into our second half of the program, I just want to share a little bit about Fill Abundance with you, the cause that we are here supporting today. So Fill Abundance is a nonprofit organization based in Philadelphia that helps prevent and treat food scarcity in our neighborhoods. And I think we've all noticed the effects of inflation recently, which has risen the cost of living by 8.5% over the past year. And food inflation is even higher than that, at over 10%, sometimes even more. But inflation is not felt equally among our communities. Low-income households are dealing with this in a much more drastic way than other higher-income households, and they are now spending over 20% of their income on food. So if you take a moment and think about, what do you spend 20% of your income on? How are you budgeting that in your own life? You can imagine that just to get food using 20% of your income creates a lot of issues in those communities, those low-income households. So the choice is between childcare and food, or medicine and food, or electricity and food. Food is the first thing to go statistically. People will just buy different food, eat differently, or not eat in order to support their families and their households in the other ways that they need. So what is Fill Abundance doing about it? Well, it's a huge network of agency partners that help end hunger and scarcity for good, hopefully removing it from our communities. So from providing meals for kids during school breaks, over the summer, over holiday breaks, to food drives, to healthy food initiatives, Fill Abundance is involved in solving for hunger currently in our community while also actively preventing it. Before the pandemic, they were serving 90,000 people a week, 90,000. And now, post-pandemic, they serve roughly 135,000 people a week. So that's about 2 times the amount of people that fit into the link on any given Sunday to watch the Eagles. So 2 stadiums worth of people are utilizing those services that Fill Abundance are providing. So what can you do about it? Well, please give generously today as you're able. You can either write a check or leave cash with our ushers in the back, or you can give digitally by scanning the QR code on the flyer in the back of the space. And all of that will go directly to Fill Abundance, and we're very fortunate that our church mission and service committee is matching your donations today. So it really is an impactful donation that you're making for Fill Abundance. And just to give you some perspective in terms of like the amounts that they receive and what they can do with it, for every $10 you donate, it's helping to provide up to 20 meals for our neighbors, and they are indeed our neighbors who really need that help. So thank you so much for giving generously today, for coming out to enjoy some beautiful music, and thank you to Elisa for providing this music for us for such a worthy cause. We're going to give her just a couple more minutes, and we'll be back in about 5. Thank you. The next piece on our program. We'll get settled and get started. Please welcome back Elisa Muzzillo.
again, and before we play our final set of Christmas music, I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you to Pastor Francois and the Wallingford Presbyterian Church, and to Lee for all welcoming me so kindly. It's just been awesome to be a part of the community here. So thank you all again, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and a lovely holiday season. And enjoy.